Alright, it's time. Another week. ZTGD Radio. This is episode 880 for February 9th, 2026. By the time you listen to this, there will be a Super Bowl winner. But we don't know who it is. It happens in the future, yet the past. On the show this week, we got Terrence.
Hey, what up?
We got Anthony.
I'm only here because Ryan's not.
Oh, is that the only reason you don't want to hang out with us and chat video games?
Listen, I haven't played enough. As of late, I've been doing other things. So I was like, I got nothing to add.
Well,
I felt like I did enough of that last year. So
never
You have
enough.
opinions on the video game.
I don't want to.
I mean, there was a Nintendo Direct this week, so
There's so many fucking opinions that people have on video games, and no one needs mine.
I don't want to like go deep.
It's like you ever play the game Kerplunk?
Yeah.
I feel like every opinion you're just pulling out fucking the sticks, and I feel like
Wow.
you don't need to add mine to the punch. All those marbles will just drop.
I mean, speaking of opinions on video games, I didn't want to get into this too early, but I found it hilarious how like braggadocious the Switch people are right now, because the Pragmata demo runs fairly well on the Switch 2, and they're like, "Look at this tiny device, runs games as good as a PS5 Pro." So I'm like, no, it doesn't.
No, it does not. No,
I didn't realize that was
it runs it well.
Yeah.
And
All credit to Capcom on that. Like, they did a good job.
I mean, like, clearly the Switch 2 is a little bit easier to work with than the original Switch was, but it's still a lot of work. And I hate to tell people this, but this is welcome to the all games are just PC games now.
We've been there a while.
Right, but we weren't, because the Switch still needed a lot of extra work, right, to make things run. Like, whatever they did for that Doom port, panic button.
I think that's just magic. Like, some developers are just good at it.
Aren't they the ones that also did The Witcher?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's the same team.
So, you know, there was a lot of work to make that happen, and you're not going to have that on the same level, because now we're going to be able to do it more like the low settings on a PC. So
yeah, like it was so funny to see them like talking on social media this week of like, yeah, because Pragmata runs at 60 frames a second. I'm like, it's a good conversion. Capcom did a good job. But to say that it's on the same level?
PS4 version, though, then, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it would make sense for a PS4 version.
No one can tell me that Resident Evil 2, which, you know, is a while back, doesn't look amazing still on PS4.
Dude, PS4 has some amazing... if you remember, Horizon looked amazing on the PS4.
So it's just this weird place that we're in, where it's like, every day I look at the consoles, and outside of the Nintendo stuff for Switch 2, it's like, I don't see it. Also, here's a weird one, talking about performance. And I know you're going to talk about it. So you know what? Maybe I'll just leave it for now, and then we'll talk about it when we get there.
I don't know what you're talking about, but
yeah, no, I'll hit you with it. You'll be it fits this conversation somewhat, but let's just say that there's a Switch 2 version that costs more than every other version, and there's no reason why.
Well, I mean, it's Nintendo.
Yeah, sure. Let's go with Nintendo. I don't think it's Nintendo. I think it's an excuse.
Well, no, that is the excuse.
The publisher took. So, yeah.
Well, apparently, Terrence is having some internet issues, so he just dropped.
So now the podcast's unlistenable.
I mean, I'm here every week, so.
Yeah, but it's us too. Ivory and Ivory.
Oh shit. Well, do you have any games to talk about?
I mean, look, I have played a lot, and I'm trying to finish it because I didn't finish it on Switch. I restarted Echoes of Wisdom because that game didn't run perfectly. it's something with that specific engine, because the same issue happened with the Link's Awakening remake, where there's just the slightest bit of technical performance hiccups.
Mm-hmm.
Those are gone. What's weird is that I have heard that even when they were, like, obviously not official, but when people were emulating Switch games, they couldn't necessarily get that issue to go away. Now, I've never done it, so maybe that was fixed on the emulation side of things. But it's fixed on the Switch too. The game looks fantastic, but it always did. But yeah, I've been going through that further than I was when I stopped playing it originally. I only have. The last time I did the day, like, it allowed me to do like 3 areas at the same time. It's closer to the end of the game, and I did the Deku Scrubs area first, where they're eating the spider web, and so I did that first last time. So this time I did the Gorons and the Yetis. So the ice and fire dungeons first, and then now I'm going to do the Deku Scrubs. I think the biggest issue is that game does the game tries to add a bit of the Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom stuff in there, where it's like, oh, defeat a bunch of enemies and unlock the chest, except that, like, the game isn't that fun to do combat with. The game is more fun when it's the puzzles. So my answer, kind of like Scribblenauts, where you could just write gun and win everything type of thing. It's like, in this particular case, I just summon my most powerful monster that, like, has a shield that can't be damaged, and then send him out there and have him fight, and just clean everything up, and then I grab the chest. And it's like, I'd rather them focused more on the puzzles, because every time combat comes up outside of the bosses, it's like, well, I'm just going to use the same guy I used for the last combat encounter. Because, like, right now I'm in the ice dungeon, and I have a Fire Whiz Robe, so I'm just going to summon the Fire Whiz Robe to attack everybody, because he just teleports around, and he's the strongest fire enemy that I have. Yeah, the game's very good. They needed to focus more on puzzles, because when I'm doing puzzles, I love it. That's where that game shines. Like, there's like a dream puzzle area that you can do. They're all little challenges, and that's fantastic. And they have different rule sets, but yeah, I'm impressed with it still. Like, there's some stuff I didn't realize. Like, I don't think I ran into Dampe the first time. Who's not a gravekeeper in this game. He's a mechanic. And he builds you robot monsters. And it's such a useless thing, though. By the time I run into him, I'm like, well, this is useless, because it requires the monsters, and I'll just summon more monsters. I can just keep summoning them. I don't have to, turn the key on them and stuff. So there's just a lot of weird mechanics where I'm like, this is really cool. By the time I have this, it is pointless. Because I've already figured out strategies that just kind of win everything. So, and I do wish now there is a favorite, you can favorite your summons and then just scroll through those, but man, that menu still sucks.
Yeah, they should have tweaked that better.
It really should have been like, choose 8 and have your wheel. And then just like equipping
items in Zelda. Like, here's the 3 that you're going to carry if you want to swap.
Yeah, I was thinking like a radial menu, like Ratchet and Clank had, specifically, because if you just hold a button down, and you just select, but like even Ratchet and Clank realized, like, oh, you probably need 2 of these, so you would just hit a button and switch to the 2 different.
Oh yeah, wheels. Like the right bar walk bumper or something.
Yeah, that would be enough to get me through most of the game, but yeah. And that's it. Like, I've literally have not played much else. I've just been like, no, you got to finish this before you move on to anything else, because you didn't finish it the last time. So if you move on this time, you probably won't finish it again.
That's the joys of a backlog.
Yeah. I mean, I bought Dragon Quest VII Reimagined, and I have not opened it. It's a game key card, fucking Square Enix, but still.
Square Enix is always going to be game key cards. Just
I know.
Terrence, to get your internet sorted out, I see you're back.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. We were worried you were going to be gone and nobody would want to listen to this.
Wow. You kidding? You guys are.
I called it Ivory. I called it Ivory and Ivory.
Ivory and Ivory. Yep.
Oh, all right. What do you got? I can't even remember the shit I've sent you, so you surprised me.
Well, excuse me. I can't actually talk about stuff yet. Because one of them was Icarus console edition.
That's not out.
Sorry, PC. No, it's not. It's
okay.
Into the month, actually, like a week after next.
I can't deal with all these. We bitch about this regularly, but I can't deal with all these embargoes of games that are out other places.
Right, because I guess it came out on PC last year, so I'm like, well, why embargo it? Because I mean, it's just.
I have two of them. One of them has been out for, I want to say, almost 5 years, somewhere else, and another one that's a year old somewhere else. So
yeah, that's crazy to me. I don't understand. But anyway, you'll hear about that in a couple of weeks. So stuff that I am playing, I download. I don't know if y'all checked it out. I played the Pragmata demo. I know you just talked about it on the Switch.
Yeah, I've downloaded the Switch and the Xbox version because I wanted to compare them for this discussion.
Oh, nice. Okay, well, we'll talk about that first because I only played it on Xbox and it performs really well.
Mm-hmm.
Very fluid with the combat and everything. So yeah, what was the contrast with the Switch?
The performance is outstanding on the Switch. It's really good. It's not locked, but it's pretty close. There are no options to change it. So I don't know if maybe like handheld, because I don't ever play handheld. I don't know if the handheld's in 30 frames a second, but the docked mode is 60 FPS and it runs pretty smooth. When you boot up the Xbox version, and I've also played the PC version, like those, you can clearly see the extra detail in like hair and fabrics and stuff like that. But the Switch 2 version looks really good. I gotta say that game's fucking cool as hell. I really like that game.
It is. I didn't finish the demo. I played. I don't even think. Well, I think I got out of the first room, and then I got sent on a mission or whatever, and then I kind of cut it off. I was like, okay, yeah, this is pretty dope. I was skeptical when I saw the videos about the combat, with the shooting, and then you kind of hack with the little girl who. I know this ain't a secret Mega Man game, but damn it if it ain't just a lot of, I don't know, man. I'm like, I just feel like this could, but anyway, whatever. I like the little hacking mini game.
You're getting a Mega Man game at least. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
If it's not a secret Mega Man game, that's fine. You do have that Mega Man dual override or drive or whatever.
God, I hope that's good.
Yeah. But yeah, Pragmata is the combat is cool. I don't know what it is outside because I haven't really watched the trailers and videos on it that kind of talked about the story stuff. So I know we're like stranded or something on the moon and trying to get back to Earth or something crazy, and there's robots and stuff. But I really most often I'd be worried about how the game controls and plays, and I kind of feel like the story and stuff will fall into place later. So I was just really worried about how the combat and stuff was with this, which it actually is really fun, and it is very unique. I don't know if there's anything else that's out there It's like it. I don't know what's your thoughts, sir? Because since you played it on everywhere.
No, I agree.
PlayStation. Did you play it on PlayStation?
I did not. I figured Xbox and PlayStation were probably the same game, so it is what it is.
Probably, yeah.
I like the combat. I'm curious if the little girl's going to get annoying because she's kind of annoying in demo. We'll see. I'm curious as to what else there is to it besides the shooting and the hacking. Like, you're picking up these little bits or whatever, and I don't think the game ever tells you what you do, unless it happens later in the demo. I didn't finish the demo either, but like, is there crafting? Is there like upgrades?
That's
like,
what I was thinking.
Yeah, what are we doing with this stuff? Like, the weapon stuff seems cool, because I think you get a shotgun early on. I'll be interested to see like if different enemies are affected by different. It seemed to suggest that with the first big enemy, it's like use a shotgun, you'll do more damage. I'm like, okay. I do like the hacking stuff where like you can get things that will like you can pass through in the hacking that will give you like boosts. I thought that was pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I mean, it seems like a cool game. I like you want to know what the hell's going on. Like, this dude just shows up and there's a little girl laying on the floor and he's like, are you going to help? But like, damn, we're already in the midst of this.
Like,
right?
you draw a picture. Like, right. Like, what are you doing, girl? What's happening?
So I'm kind of curious, like, how this, because if you remember the original trailer, they were in like a city.
Yep. Yeah.
So like, do you go to that or do you just spend the whole time on the space station? And I know I don't want to make this comparison because people are going to be mad and say like, well, that game sucks. It gave me a lot of Dino Crisis 3 vibes. Like the spaceship that you're on.
I played that one. That was the 360 or the Xbox.
The original Xbox one, dinosaurs in space, basically. And it's not from the enemies; it's totally from the environment that it gave me that.
Gotcha.
Like computer-controlled, moody space station kind of thing.
Yeah, and it definitely gave those vibes too. Yeah,
but it's Capcom, so I have faith.
Right. Yep. That is where I'm at. So yeah, I'm definitely curious about more, or to see more. And then the other demo that I played that was also Capcom was the Monster Hunter Stories 3, which thankfully this the save data carries over to the full version, which is awesome. And if you're a fan of these games, again, they play very much like Pokemon, except you don't go out and catch the monsters. You know, in Pokeballs you find eggs and they hatch. And you know, you have a team. Now in this one, usually in the game, in the other two, you kind of build up to being able to ride on your Monstie, because they're called Monsties, in this series. But in this, you already have that ability from jump. And I think it's because in the story you play my character, I make a girl. You know, whenever I have to create a character, I create a girl. So she is you can create a boy as well. But in the story, she's a princess of this land, and has bonded with this Rathalos. And so you start off, you see her as a little girl, and then it kind of fast forwards to adult you. And you're like riding on your Monstie, and you can do all this stuff that's more that usually is like deeper in the game in the other series. So, but so far, I mean, it you know, they've improved upon the combat. It's still kind of rock paper scissors as far as the combat abilities and stuff. You can like your ultimate move is when you're fighting, you'll ride on top of your monster, and you guys do like a combo attack that's, you know, super anime-esque. And that's really the biggest thing for this game, or difference, I think, for this game is like style wise, this is super anime. But it's super really good. Anime. It is like, it's super anime stylized, but, as a fan, cause I got to play the other two a couple years ago when they came out on the, I don't know if it was the PlayStation or PC, but whatever. But yeah, so I'm looking forward to this one. It was a lot of fun. The story is pretty interesting. Yeah. So, that was the demos. I played some more High Guard. You know, it's no two ways around it. I'm not going to post no Steam figures or something, but yeah, I mean, obviously I feel like this game is slowly dying. Unfortunately, because I do think the game
I would
is
not
fun.
say it's slow.
Well,
This game is what, 2 weeks old?
I was to say, yeah, it's that's rough.
That's not a slow die. Like, I know what you're saying. Like, it's petering
okay.
out, but like, god damn, that's. I gave it more time than this, I guess, in my head. Even though I said it'd be quick, I didn't think it'd be like 2 weeks, and then.
Yeah, this is scary, close to Concord levels of like, wow.
No, nothing's quite Concord.
But
Concord
what I'm
was
saying
one
is,
of
it's
these.
closer than most have been to that.
True.
Like most games, like shuffle around for like 6 months. This is 2 weeks, man. That's not good. It's crazy. I feel like Jeff really caused this. Like, I feel like this game could have had some like organic growth. I don't know.
Yeah. Did Jeff maybe just not like these devs?
You start to question that, right? Because they weren't even going to announce it. They were just going to drop it.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I
don't know, man. I feel bad. Listen, I mean, I'm the first one to say, don't fucking chase trends, you stupid idiots. And I stand by that. But knowing that they didn't want to show it.
Yeah, they just wanted to apex it, where like one day it's not there and the next day it's there, and everybody's like, oh, what's this new shooter from the Apex people?
Well, I think Dorito Pope does not forgive sins. and was actually tossing them into a volcano. And then him hyping it up did not help. Like, if he had just shown it, it would have been whatever. But then him, like, being like, this game is amazing. Like, okay.
Go ahead, Terrence. What were you going to say?
Well, I mean, yeah. I was just saying, for my the reason for my comment of it feeling like it was dying or whatever, is because obviously it's taking a bit longer to get into matches now than it was before.
Are you playing crossplay?
On Xbox, and I also I do not. Yeah, I was going to say that. I turned the crossplay off, so I'm only playing with Xbox people. I'm sure it would probably be faster with crossplay on, but they have added another battle pass. So they gave like the first battle pass thing away for free. They've added another one. They've added a new character, a new map. Like, and this was all like yesterday, and I was like, damn, I didn't even know all of that was.
I was about to say, like, you're telling me this,
but I didn't look at it,
and I didn't know this was happening. Like, I didn't see anybody mention that they were dropping a character in a map.
Well, when they first dropped the game, they released a year roadmap that was posted a lot of places. But I don't know, you may not follow and be in the same circles as me. But I mean, it was I didn't actually look at it, so I wasn't aware that it was about to drop just now. That just seemed really fast.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if maybe they pushed it up because of the negative press or whatever. But they also, last week I talked about the 5v5 mode that they had added, and it was a test then. Now it's like official in there. So like the camera angles and stuff work for the character select screen and stuff, better. And they've also added the ranked mode. So I guess they're trying to draw in some of the.
And you know, I'll give them credit. They're pivoting very fast.
They are. Yeah, I said that last week when they added the 5v5 thing, because that was one of the complaints that people had. Another thing that they added when I loaded in today, if you recall last week, my personal complaints was, they didn't label the points of interest. You didn't know where you were going. Well, they've added that. So when you load in and you actually ride out, you see the names of the different places and the type of loot, the quality of loot that's going to be there. So I give them credit. They're listening, to the players and are, pivoting, as you said, as fast as they can. So the question would be if, they can bring people back. In answer to your question about did Jeff do it a disservice? Yeah, I think so, because I think this game, it needed some play testing. It needed a beta or something, because they would have caught all of this stuff that they're having to do right now in those sessions, because the players would have said that. So, it's not a bad game. I've said that the game mode is unique enough that it's pretty fun. Kind of feels very tug of war ish as you kind of storm each other's bases with the object to destroy each one. And there really isn't any game out that kind of feels like that. Yes, there is, the battle royale kind of feeling into it because you kind of loot up. But I mean, you do respawn in this. In battle royales, you don't really. So yeah, I don't know. I dig it. And as I've said, many times before, if I'm having fun, I'll ride it till the wheels fall off. So until they hit that cancellation button a couple months from now, I'll still be kicking around on High Guard. I would have done the same for Concord. Concord just wasn't fun.
No, it really wasn't.
It just wasn't fun. So they were trying to chase that trend, and the gameplay just wasn't good.
I remember people like defending the hell out of it. Like, this is the best multiplayer shooter I played in years. I'm like, brother, you need to play more multiplayer shooters. Like, I don't play multiplayer shooters, and I know this is one of the worst ones I've ever played.
Yep, and they were going hard for it, and So I don't know this. I don't think it's going to die as quick as Concord because again,
it can't. Concord died in a week.
Yeah, right. So it's already exceeded that.
It's already doubled the life of Concord.
But I don't know. I think they'll probably make their year since they have that stuff mapped out, and we'll see how it goes. If it's still around after that, after they complete their roadmap. Beyond that, Final Fantasy XIV had a free play thing, so I got back into Final. I have 2 days left because once you log in, you have 4 days from that point on. So I was playing some of that. Really good game, really pretty game, man. Just riding around on my Chocobo, and you see some of the vistas and stuff. It's man.
Yeah, I can't play that game because I won't play anything else.
I know, because it's very difficult I was like, okay, I gotta cut this off. I gotta play other stuff. I can't quit. I really like Final Fantasy XIV. Played some more, 2XKO, when it works. Listen, Riot, listen, let me talk to you real quick. Come here close. I like y'all. All right. I fucks with y'all. I play League of Legends on the phone. I played it for years on the PC. I'm too old to be at a computer like that anymore. I want to play 2XKO on Xbox, but every time I log into it, it tells me it can't connect to y'all servers. And then I get a black screen. I've uninstalled, I've reinstalled, I've changed routers. I did a voodoo dance. I called Marie Laveau. Nothing is helping. So I just need y'all to put out a patch and fix it so I can play y'all's game. Thank you for listening.
I just uninstalled it. I was like, you know what? I ain't got time for this bullshit.
It's fun though, and that's the shit that kills me. If the gameplay was ass, I would be like, yeah, nah, fuck this, I'm cool. But I actually enjoy the game, and I feel like I'm good at it when I can actually get into it. So they released a patch couple days ago, and I was like, oh, this is it. This is gonna fix it. Nope, did not fix it. Still have the same issues. So I need them to fix their stuff so I can play the game because they got my boy Darius in there. They doing me right with that. Oh my God, I just need them to fix the game. Okay. What else did I play? Some more Escape from Ever After, which I'll have the review for that this week. That is a very cute Paper Mario style RPG game. If you like those type of RPGs, you definitely should check that out. I have enjoyed that. The story is funny. I genuinely have laughed out loud. They have done some great writing with that. And then I don't think I talked about this last week. Maybe I did. I think I did. But I'm going to finish up my review for Code Vein 2 today because I give up. And y'all can call me whatever name you want to call me, man. This ain't it.
I've heard people hate this game. I don't think they're calling you anything but right.
Oh, okay. Well, damn. Okay, well, cool. Because
I haven't heard anybody say that they loved it, truthfully. I don't know why they made this game. I don't understand it.
Yeah, the first one didn't light the world on fire, and this one, but I heard that people thought it was fine, especially when. I mean, this was the game that when they when they announced it, when Bandai Namco announced it, people thought like the teasers were Dark Souls essentially, and then it was like revealed, and people were like, "Oh."
I mean, it is.
Well,
it's anime Dark Souls.
Yeah, and then there was. I think that was like right before everybody and their grandmother had a Souls game, right? Like before it really took off and just ruined video games. As do all trends.
I don't know. Let me tell you about my new roguelike deck builder.
Yeah, exactly what I'm saying.
Tower defense game.
So the reality is, I think the first one was treated a bit nicer because it didn't have a ton of competition and it was on the better end of things. I don't know anyone that was like needing a sequel, and then like right now it's got mixed reviews on Steam, which means you have to have done something extremely wrong because Steam.
Well, I can tell you what some of those mixed reviews are for.
All right, well, let's go. Is it not enough big booby ladies?
I mean, you're close. You're in the right ballpark. It's because you can't upskirt.
Wow. Well, you know what? They
should have their fingers broken. I'm just gonna say.
I agree. I'm just telling you. Like, people are really upset about that because you could do it in the first game, apparently.
But another big thing that people are upset about, because again, I didn't play the first one like that, but it had co-op. And I think I talked about that last week. Yeah. They removed it from this. Why? Oh. Like, there was no reason. So a lot of the people that were, because I have friends that was like, yeah, I didn't even get it because they took the co-op out. Like, I was looking forward to that. So I don't know. I don't know what they. Go ahead, because
I'm looking at. So here's a review from somebody who only has 10 reviews on Steam. They've played 19.1 hours. They were at 17.2 hours at review time. Code Vein 2 should have been a dream come true for every fan of the first game. Code Vein 1 was far from perfect, but it had something far more important: a strong story, memorable characters, and a world that actually pulled you in. It had heart, atmosphere, and identity. Going into the sequel, expectations were high, not because the first game was flawless, but because the universe of Code Vein had enormous potential. That potential is still visible here. You can see flashes of what this series could have become. Unfortunately, all that potential has been completely smeared in filth. I really wanted to like Code Vein 2. I genuinely did. I hope to give this game a positive review, but Bandai Namco did everything in their power to make sure that wouldn't happen. The development of this game feels like it started with Bandai Namco executives storming into the studio and saying, make an anime Souls-like, big boobs, fast, cheap. And then that's exactly how Code Vein 2 feels. Rushed, soulless, and made purely for quick profit. This is a blatant cash grab, nothing more. And it's honestly sad because companies like Bandai Namco are actively damaging the reputation of so-called Japanese quality. Oh, God.
He's one of those.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, you know what? He did call out the big boobs, to be fair.
He did.
I mean, but he was saying that's what they said, but he's not saying that he didn't want that. I'm just saying.
This might be the worst Unreal Engine 5 game release so far. That's a tough.
Dude, that can't be true.
Competition.
That's not.
What isn't that dinosaur game from the fucking Quantum Error guys an Unreal Engine 5 game?
I think so.
Yeah, it is.
Did you realize how fast people stopped talking about that game? It's crazy. It's almost like it sucked.
Right.
They got. I mean, I linked one of the videos, but people are out there calling out that.
I mean, I tried to warn people before it came out. Did you play Quantum Error?
No, and I think that's the reality that people realize. Like,
you need to look in who is making your game.
Who might not be registered in their state as a business.
Oh, I wonder why.
Apparently the PC version is bad, like crashing every 20 minutes from a fatal error.
PC gaming.
Okay. Yeah. See, my problems with it is with what he was talking about with like the story and stuff. Brother, I don't know what the fuck is going on.
That's kind of implied too. Like, hey, I like the first game. What the fuck happened?
Okay, yeah, like bruh.
The story came down.
Here's even a better part. So this person, Vespers, I already knew in advance the story wasn't a continuation, despite the true ending of the first game being perfect for a sequel.
Okay.
So what the fucking point is this? It's not even a fucking sequel.
What was the
Holy
point?
shit.
Yep.
Code Vein 2 in name only.
Yeah, I didn't play the first one, so I could just judge it on this one.
I played the
one
first one,
good.
dude, and it is so boring. I like, some people like latched onto it, but it is so fucking. And then it turns into some Persona shit halfway through.
Was the first one open world?
No, it was like Dark
'cause this
Souls
one
linear kind of thing.
Okay. This one feels like Elden Ring, where you can go anywhere. And at one point, once you finish like the little training island, you get a motorcycle that you can ride around the map. And I was like, "Oh, for the horse, okay."
That's gonna
be
that's gonna be the sign of this open world isn't gonna be great.
And that's what I was gonna say. There's not a lot of stuff because you talk about Cousin Metro.
Listen, all I'm saying is if they need to get you through that open world quick, it's gonna be disappointing. Here's a motorcycle.
Right. Yep.
Right.
So you're right, because like there's a few like enemies that kind of litter, as you're riding around, and then kind of again like Elden Ring, like you'll see like different stuff in the distance, and even the Zelda game, you're like, oh, I want to go over there and check that out. It gives you that kind of vibe, but once you get to those places, it's not as exciting as the Zelda game where you're like, oh, this is awesome. You're just kind of like, oh, I came over here and I got
If you can't match that energy, don't even try it. Like,
you ain't lying. You're not lying.
Zelda and Elden Ring did it so well. Of like exactly what you said. Like you see a spot and you're like, oh, I totally want to go there, and you go there and it's fucking interesting. And you play a game like Code Vein 2 and you're like, I want to go there. You go there, it's like, wow, this is just as boring as the place I was at.
Yep. And yep. Because I never finished. I didn't beat Elden Ring, but I played.
Oh, I played the shit out of that game, but I didn't even come close to beating it.
Yeah, I put hella time in it because I played it with my son and them. Like we had a good time. But yeah, this Code Vein, no. But I'll have the review up today. But it's a no for me, dog. Okay, so
I'm perfectly think that Code Vein will be a forgot. Oh wait, I already forgot it.
Yep. Moving on. Played some Helldivers 2. They got a new war bond. We're marching on the automatons, going to their home world of Cyberstan, because they stole our plans for the Star of Peace, which really is just like when I used to work at the movie theater, my team of managers, like we had radios because we would be all over the place in that building, and like somebody would randomly get on there and be like, and then somebody else would continue it on from that side. Oh man, I missed those days. It was good times. Anyway, Helldivers 2 has a new war bond. There's a tank that's actually not in a war bond, so it just costs 35,000 of that currency in that game. I don't remember what that's called. The common currency to purchase, and you can drop down with that tank, which is really freaking awesome. The gun doesn't swivel like 360 degrees. Like you have to be like in front of the target, that you're shooting at. But it's pretty powerful, pretty good against the automatons too. I said I played some Final Fantasy 14. Yep, we talked about High Guard. I can't talk about Icarus yet. Played some more. Oh, I started The Sinking City.
That's a good game.
Because I got the code remastered thing. I am super intrigued. Like, I have
I'm gonna tell you right now.
Go ahead.
That the ending is a bit of a letdown.
Oh.
There is a sequel coming. They're working on it.
Okay.
So I'm hoping it's a direct follow-up. But the ending is just not exciting, which it's actually fairly kind of accurate to Lovecraft stuff, where the ending is kind of never as interesting as you'd want it to be. The nice part is that all the side stories and everything and all the, well, not really side stories, but all the stuff that's in the actual world is extremely interesting. So the ending's kind of a meh, but everything up until that point is really good. Is it a perfect game? No. It is flawed. But I still love that game. I love that it's not just Cthulhu mythos. It is everything Lovecraft. I'm assuming you've met Throgmorton if you've started the game.
I have, yes.
That is a reference to another Lovecraft story.
Didn't know that. Okay.
Give me a second. I will give you the.
Well, what I like about this game while you're looking that up is you're a detective and the mystery, like the Mind Palace, and you got to put the stuff together with the clues that you have learned and everything. Because like that's what I was working on was his son, trying to figure out what happened with his son. And you kind of recreate the scene and everything. And I was like, oh, this is dope. This is 100% up my alley. Like, I love the detective.
Are you playing with the detective mode? Like, are you playing on, like, the hardest difficulty for the detective stuff?
No, because I'm an old man.
I was going to say, nobody does that except you. No, nobody does that.
Well, it doesn't actually make the detective stuff harder. It's just that you have to, like, it doesn't auto-set stuff on your map.
No, thank you.
Oh, okay.
You actually have to read the map and find the street corners and everything.
No, thank you.
And then you put a pin down, and then you can use the compass at the top of the screen to navigate.
I'm good. Just give me a big...
Yeah, I got it. I'm that guy. I got it. You're good.
I'm that guy that's like, put the big fucking blinking arrow in front of my face. Like, go here.
I got it. You fucking need a GPS. All right. Find your way.
I got no time to look at street signs. Fuck
Good
that.
Lord. I thought it was compelling.
I'm happy for you.
The combat I kept to the sort of standard. I didn't want that any more difficult. But I do like the insanity effects too. That game does a really good insanity effect. That story goes places. That's all I'm going to say. That story goes places. I was very impressed, and I'm interested in seeing a second one. But yeah, it feels like Sherlock Holmes meets Resident Evil at times, because the combat is a very generic Resident Evil sort of feel.
Do we
oh, now you're silent. Okay, cool.
Do we
thanks.
lose him? What happened? I'm curious.
Terrence? All right, then. I thought before you talked, I thought I was by myself now. What a professional podcast we are.
I'm telling you, I don't know how we've made it this far.
Every day. Every day's a little, I would say miracle, but that would imply something good.
Oh, that's fair. That's fair. All right, well,
All right, Ken, what have you played?
Oh,
Woo!
Yeah. What did I play? So, I checked out the Super Bomberman collection.
There it is. You said the one. You said the thing. There is for some reason a Switch 2 version that costs like $5 more than every other version, like even the PlayStation version. But if you buy the normal Switch version that can run on a Switch 2, you don't pay that extra.
Does it run worse? I don't know.
I don't know. This is according to the Switch 2 like store page, it includes game share support, which I guess if you don't need it, don't upgrade, and 4K. But like the games are fucking pixel.
Yeah, you don't need the 4K.
So I was just like, what the fuck is this point of this?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I gotta give them credit though. They did a lot in this game. And like that video I sent over where you can like take the cartridge out of the box and flip it around. And this might be the first collection I've seen that actually has the logos on the cartridge in the box. Like most of the time when you look at like limited run games, like when you're looking at the box art, it's always like missing the PlayStation or the Super Nintendo logo.
Konami don't give a shit.
And
I'm
Konami just put it in there like it's just like Super Nintendo box.
Fuck you.
Super Famicom box. You know, it's just...
Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty... Doesn't like, when you have the Metal Gear Solid collection, does it not tell you what consoles they were originally on?
I don't know if it actually says the console, but like, I don't remember there being pictures of the box art.
No, but usually they don't even drop the name of the console.
Yeah.
Necessarily, right? So,
like I saw
the
the Hamster was doing those console archives, and
Yeah.
apparently on the Switch version of Cool Borders, there's just a PlayStation controller in the menu,
Not surprising.
which is hilarious to me.
Yeah, why would you go through the extra work?
Yeah, like
They're
Cool
already
Borders
doing,
is
like,
neat,
God's
but
work
it's weird.
by just doing this weird shit. But yeah, I wish their console archives was a better selection to start, but whatever.
Yeah, Cool Borders and what's it, Ninja Gaiden 2? It's like, okay. But no, Super Bomberman's pretty cool. I played, I think, the first 3 games, just like running through the single player mode. I'm like, yeah, this is the good shit. So, but you know, really good version, really good collection. Like a lot of extras. There's a rewind function. There's like a pause function, a save anywhere, like all that stuff's in there. But
I'm hoping this means we get. Also, I gotta say, like 4 and 5 are translated to English officially.
Yes, and there's
I'm
2 bonus
hoping-
games too. I can't remember what they are. I haven't played them yet.
Isn't it just Bomberman and Bomberman 2?
I think so.
Oh, no, those are included because they're the NES games. Okay,
Yeah.
never mind. No, because those were in the list.
I am disappointed that we don't get like Saturn Bomberman and fucking.
Well, that's what I'm hoping for, is that we get because there's like 4 or 5, I think, of that too.
Yeah, it's Bomberman 64 and like stuff like that.
Well, Bomberman 64, I probably am never gonna see because obviously, obviously that's gonna be a harder one. Yeah, there's Bomberman Saturn and Bomberman Fight, and then PlayStation had Bomberman World Party Edition. And then those 2 are later. Okay.
There was a Bomberman
And then-
Fantasy Race on PlayStation.
Yeah, Bomberman Land would be nice. I'd like a Bomberman Land collection. That'd be. You wouldn't be able to include the touch games, I guess, but.
I mean, they did it on the
castle.
Castlevania collection. Why not?
Yeah, but the Castlevania games don't require literally as much touch.
No, but you got to draw in those, so I think they could make it work.
No, they did a workaround, so you didn't have to draw. I'm pretty sure.
No, you can still draw.
You can still draw, but you
Yeah.
don't have to. Literally, like the touch Bomberman games are very much like you.
Well,
wouldn't
you
want
know,
play
if you
those
want to
games
touch
with-
Bomberman, that's your prerogative.
What did I come back to? We're touching Bomberman.
Bomberman collection. The Game Boy games would be nice to have.
Oh, sure.
Game Boy and
Yeah.
Game Boy Advance games, which are like full adventures, like the the N64 games.
I mean, we don't have Bomberman Act Zero, so, you know,
I don't need that.
2 out of 10
I have
collection.
it. I don't need it. Yeah. Yeah, that was the one where I was just like, what the fuck? What? Why is the Switch 2 version more? And then it's like,
But it's
for
only
this reason.
it's
I'm
only
like,
more
that's-
on the Switch 2, right? Like the regular price is what, $19.99, I think.
Hold on. I'll give you the Canadian price.
Well, that
Because
doesn't
that's
help
what I
me.
have in front of me. So
Hey, Mike.
other platforms. So on Steam, PlayStation, Microsoft for the Series consoles, and Switch, it's $26.99. For the Switch 2 version, it's $33.49.
So it's that Nintendo tax. We're back.
Right.
We're back, baby.
But like for nothing.
But no, it's Nintendo tax. We're back.
And the Switch upgrade is $7 by itself.
Hell yeah, we're
And
back.
it's just like, why?
Anyway, that's the Bomberman. So, Terrence, did you have anything else besides the Sinking City before I move on? I didn't want to step on your internet's toes.
You know what? No, I'm done. It's fine. Hopefully next week my internet is stronger. I don't know what's going on, but yeah, that's it.
All right. The other game I played that kind of shocked me a little bit is that new Carmageddon game.
He's the shock master. Oh, never mind.
It's not horrible.
It has mixed reviews on Steam.
It's
Is
not
it a rogue?
I think so, but I haven't played enough to see the rogue stuff. Like, it basically, you do a tutorial race, and then it puts you on, like, a map where you can move the cursor around, do different stuff, and then you can earn upgrades. Can we please get away from the mouse movement on an open world map? Especially when yours, like, is fickle and flops all over the place. Just let me use just let me move from spot to spot, please. Don't make me try to highlight it. Yeah. I guess shit is awful.
Thanks, Destiny.
Yeah, thanks, Destiny. It's maybe it's the fact that we haven't had like a car combat game in a very long time that is actually pretty good. So maybe that's just what's making this okay to me. Because like the physics are a little floaty. But I expected it to be absolutely terrible, and it's not. It's not worth $40, which is what it costs. You should not pay $40 for this game. But if you see it on a sale for like $15-20, and you like car combat, I think it's worth checking out.
Hot take: Avalanche should have taken what they did with Mad Max and just made a car combat game.
Hell yeah, they should have.
Man, that game is really good.
Mad Max is one of the most underrated games, and I swear to Christ, if you don't own it at this point, it's on sale for like $4.
$3.
Yeah, it's always cheap. Like, yeah.
Just buy
you
that
should
shit.
Get it. It's worth it.
And it's upgraded on Xbox for 60 FPS.
Yep.
So you should just buy that game because it's fucking rad. I'm surprised they didn't do a Switch version yet. Did they do? They didn't do a Switch version, right?
I don't think it has one. Let me look. I think I might get it before.
But like that would be a great.
Not have Switch version.
They need to put that on Switch. That game is.
They won't. It didn't do well enough to warrant porting it.
That's because it wasn't on Nintendo.
It wasn't. That was during the Wii U period. No one wants that.
Yeah, but Switch has gotten fucking. Switch got a port of Blades of Time. Okay.
That person really? Was that? Yes.
Yes, it did. Come on now. If you know what Blades of Time is...
But how will you know that it's... how will you have a full story if you don't have X-Blades?
Dude, I don't know if I've told this story on the podcast before, but when X-Blades came out, I was playing it, and my wife walked in and saw me playing it, and the first thing she said was, she ain't got no butt clothes. And that has stuck in my head... It's one of the funniest things I've ever heard.
Oh, man.
Shit. Okay, so the other game that I've been playing, I picked up Dragon Quest VII after Ryan's 40-minute review last week. That game is very good.
Mm-hmm.
Everything, but pretty much everything he said is on point. I think I've finished the first island. Is basically where I'm at. I really like the enemies and their puns. So, they were very clever. We had the Meowgician. That's funny. We got the Tung Fu Fighter. That's funny. And then you got this motherfucker that is the most hideous looking thing I've ever seen in my life. You know what his name is? Lips.
Oh, yeah. I knew that's what you were talking about. Yeah. Some of those creatures are crazy, bruh.
Man, fuck that dude.
You're talking the slug guy?
I think he's a slug. He's got big lips.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's got eye stalks. I'm assuming he's a slug.
But, I mean, his name is Lips. And then there's another version of him later.
I appreciate the Dragon Quest monsters. I know Toriyama is not remembered for his Dragon Quest work, but for Dragon Ball, but I love his monster designs.
So like in a lot of RPGs, like you get the bigger version of that enemy.
Mm-hmm.
So the bigger version of Lips is called Wet Kisser.
Don't love the name of that one.
Wet Kisser.
Like, we need to stop with this because when I'm fighting them, they freak me out.
I do love the name of the platypus characters. The platypunks. I don't know if they're in 7, but
I don't know. Every enemy
one of
I've
my
run
favorite
into.
designs.
Also, I gotta skip most of the dialogue because what the fuck? We trying a little too hard here with this British proper shit.
That's all Dragon Quest, though.
I know,
yeah.
I know, but it's just we need to stop. We need to stop.
Except weirdly enough, that is not an issue when you see from the monsters' sides. Generally, they talk with like more cutesy dialogue, or like they have their own specific sort of thing, but they don't have like British speaking. Because like in my first Dragon Quest game was Dragon Quest Heroes Rocket Slime on the DS, and all the slimes talk with like a certain affectation, and then like the platypunks, I want to say, have like a lisp, similar to Daffy Duck, stuff like that. So they do like their affectations, I guess, but yeah, they don't have the British accents, thankfully.
No, I know Ryan was talking about like the way they streamline this game. And I didn't play the original, so I can't speak to that. Although there is a lot of really, like, being able to speed up the battles to like 3x and stuff like that. The one thing they seem to have forgotten is to streamline the most basic of functionality. So, like, every time you finish a fight, you have to go through 3 text boxes of your character earned this, your character earned this, your character did this, your character did that.
Yeah.
And then you have to get the little one-liner from the character, and it's just like, I was playing this game, my wife from the other room, she's like, what the fuck are you watching? She's like, it sounds like a really bad cartoon.
Yeah, I feel like that's a Dragon Quest thing, because all the games with the fights do that. Because I wish they were more like Final Fantasy, because like, you know, when you win a fight in Final Fantasy, you get the and then it's music playing. And this, when the fight finishes, you get and that's it. It is silence. There's no music or anything like that. And
but you get the sound of the text box, like bring.
Oh yeah,
bring,
yeah, you get that. Yeah.
Bring. It does it like 4 times, and also, I don't want to get religious on this show, but the priests.
Yeah, you straight up go to church.
The priests need to shut. No, I don't care about that. The priest needs to shut the fuck up. Like every time I go to save, he's like, "Hello, my son. What is going on today? What would you like to do?" I'm like, "Motherfucker, I just want to save."
And then it is. Yep.
And when you finish,
save.
And he's like, "Are you sure you want to save? Okay. After you're done saving, do you want to continue your quest? Yes. Okay. Well, I bless you upon your way, sir." I was like, "Just let me fucking save."
Right? Can I go, bruh? Can I go? I'm trying to save the world. Can I go, bruh? Yeah. Like, golly.
Like I don't need all this dialogue for saving. Like we just saving. We good. But no, I'm enjoying it. The combat's fun.
Today, we just saving.
We just saving.
We just saving.
We didn't come in here to be blessed. We just came in here to save the game so we can play later. But no, I like the game. I think it's really good. I like the art style. I like the music, the characters, like all of that stuff's really good. It's a fun game. And then the only other thing I did is like I finally got my modded 360, so I've been spending all weekend fucking installing games to this thing, so I never have to put in a disc again. Man, the community for this thing is incredible. Like you can still get all of the title updates for every game.
Mm-hmm.
You can cheat in a lot of games.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I turned it all off. So the system I got had all the, you can go online on Xbox Live and cheat and all that shit on it. And I was like, I don't need any of this. I will never use this. It is so dumb. But like, when I was watching the tutorial video how to set everything up, it is so fucking easy to cheat in Call of Duty on the 360. It's so
I never
easy.
did any of that, but yeah.
Like, you literally just press a button and you never miss a shot. I'm like, why would you want to play like that?
I never understood that either. Like, so what? You got to max rank. Like, did it come with a check? Like, I don't understand. Like, what are you, I don't know.
Like, that's also another reason I will never play a shooter on Xbox 360 online. Because it's too easy to cheat, man. It's bad. But no, I'm really enjoying it. I'm trying to get everything installed, and then I'm gonna start digging into like some of the cool stuff you can do, like the homebrew stuff. So I'm having a lot of fun with it. I recommend if you're into 360, you get one of those, because you can literally do anything. It's really cool. And that's all I can talk about. I'm playing another game that I'll talk about next week. And then I'm playing another game that I won't talk much about because I've already played it, but it's coming out somewhere else, so I'll tell you about that next week. But speaking of this week, we have some releases, and I want you to know, as long as this podcast has been going, I can't wait to say these words in a couple seconds. So let's talk about what's coming out this week. First up, we have Disciples Domination, Ride 6, Crisol Theater of Idols, and I can't believe I'm saying this in the year of our Lord 2026. Overwatch comes out this week.
What?
Yes, the rebranding. Yeah.
Bruh. I'm over here trying to figure out what the fuck you talking about. Like, what in the world is he? What could he? Overwatch.
Rebranding.
Okay. Yeah, I forgot they
Yeah.
were doing. I didn't realize they were making a thing of it.
You can remove the 2, but the 2 has already been dumped on Overwatch.
I'll tell you,
2 is shit.
I can't believe 10 years later, we're back. We're back to the beginning.
Yeah, that's crazy. But, I wish them well. It looks cool, the stuff that they have coming.
So it looks, we'll talk about it in the news, but it looks like this really piqued people because Overwatch hit its highest peak count on Steam this weekend. Like, people are coming back, and I'm like, oh, fuck. That means it matches.
Yes, the arbiter of how many people are playing a game.
Yeah, but
numbers.
the thing about Overwatch and Steam is like it's such a small sampling of people who actually play that game because nobody plays on Steam. But to beat its like entire lifetime, like it's never had this many players on Steam, which is crazy. Yeah, we'll talk about everything in the news. Reloaded is another game this week. Romeo is the Dead Man, Sleeping Beauty hidden object game, Star Sand Island, Blaze Blue Entropy Effect X, Cache Cleaner Simulator, Centipede Gun, Chroma Gun 2 Die Hard, as in DYE, haha. Down Among the Dead Men, Little Gator Game in the Dark, Yakuza Kiwami 3 and Dark Ties, Clue Murder by Death, High on Life 2, Reanimal, Rune Factory, Guardians of Azuma, and Zumba World, The Crazy Marble Dimension. A lot of games out this week.
Jesus Christ, there's a lot this week.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to High on Life. So High on Life and Blaze Blue are both in Game Pass. So
yeah, so it's Reloaded.
I'll be curious to hear about High on Life too.
I'm excited to play
it. They have Tobacco returning to do the music, which is a big part of why I like that first game. I was already a fan of his work. But obviously a big part of that game's sense of humor was
a gentleman who's no longer there, is what you're trying to get at?
Yeah, a guy who may have done some things.
I guess the show is still fine without him.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, from my understanding, Dan Harmon, who look, I'm gonna just address it. When you're facing cancellation, as the kids call it, which I don't like because most people don't get canceled, they just accept persona non grata and just roll with it, and their careers stay the same. Because Chris Brown is still invited to the fucking Grammys is all I'm gonna say on that. Dan Harmon was called out, and he did something that a lot of people don't do, and he listened and he learned and he grew and he admitted his faults on a podcast, which is a brutal listen. I've listened to parts of it because someone talked about it and played some parts of it. I don't remember what it was. It may have been a podcast that was going over the decades or whatever, and it was a big thing, but he took the time to become a better person, and he was part of why Rick and Morty was what it was. Justin Roiland, of course, was the creator and the voice actor that did both. But from my understanding, it was a bit of a nightmare to wrangle him into the office to write the show and the like. So I'm not surprised that the show's still going when really the guy that was making it work is still there. It's kind of like how Ren and Stimpy, technically John Kay, who is also a problematic person.
It's amazing how all these guys have something in common.
Yeah, young women. Young girls, not women. That's the problem. It's not young women, it's girls. Use the correct language, Alex. Sorry, that's my middle name. I just called myself my middle name.
I was like, are you okay there? Are you having a stroke?
Yeah, no, that's me. I don't call myself by my first name when I'm correcting myself because family has the same first name. Don't do that, by the way, people. If there's any piece of advice, do not give your kid the same first name. It never works out. It's a nightmare. Don't do it. Anyways, yeah, John Kay, is credited for Ren and Stimpy, but it's the other guy that kept it going because John Kay couldn't produce episodes. So
yeah, I watched the documentary on that, the Happy Happy Joy Joy.
Bob
McCracken?
Shit. No.
Release the McCracken.
Yeah, different.
But I can't remember his name. But anyways, yeah. So yeah, I mean, it's still going. It's just like High on Life, the sense of humor again was a lot of and I made that joke before I played it too, of just the run on. It's rolling into being annoying and trying to hope that it comes back around to being funny. Randomness. The only character that I think did that well was the suit AI that talks to you. No one remembers that? Okay.
No, I remember it. That
was my favorite part of that game's run-on jokes. That weren't just random enemies yelling at you for long periods of time. Like, that one was the best one. And then eventually he just is dead.
I mean, I enjoyed the actual game itself.
Yeah, I didn't mind it either.
Yeah.
That
the DLC.
sort of...
the high on knife. Yeah, that was good stuff.
Yeah.
Broken. It wasn't great, but it was the closest thing I've had to original Metroid Prime in a long time. Going back to areas with new abilities and everything. So.
I mean, it's on Game Pass, so 100% I'll play it. So
yeah, I'm lightweight excited because like this one has the skateboarding shit. Like you can move around on a skateboard and stuff. Like I'm gonna check it out. Yeah. JB Smooth is back. Oh man,
sorry,
I love me some JB Smooth.
JB Smooth.
Oh, JB Smooth.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
No, I'm excited for that. It's crazy. It's crazy how many games. I'm not even done yet, by the way. There's a couple other big releases this week, but it's crazy. Like we get a new Suda game this week, which I think people have forgotten is coming out.
Romeo
is a dead man.
Play that.
It's a dead man.
Then you've got Reanimal.
It's not Must Die, but it's something.
Yeah, like there's
Reanimal.
There's so much coming out, and then on Nintendo we get that Tokyo Scramble, which was announced at the Direct, and also Mario Tennis Fever is out this week.
Sorry, what's it called?
Tokyo Scramble.
That's the one that I said the over-under, right?
Yeah, that looks like shit. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't know. It's one of those. It looks janky, but is this gonna be one of those?
No.
This is actually really good, jank, or is it just bad?
No, I think it's just gonna be bad. Sorry.
Yeah, me too.
Let's go ahead and dive into the Nintendo Direct because that was probably the biggest thing going on this week. It was a partner direct, so it's not first-party stuff. They showed quite a bit. Indiana Jones coming May 12th. Fallout 4 Anniversary Edition and Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion Remastered are both coming to the Switch 2. Tokyo Scramble, which we just talked about. Which the hook of that thing, if you remember, is the everybody in game chat doing different buttons. So one person controls the camera, one person controls the movement, kind of thing.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
Resident Evil Requiem was shown, which a lot of people laughed at the trailer because they never killed anybody because Nintendo.
Because Nintendo, yeah, I noticed that.
Pragmata was shown. We talked about that earlier. Orbitals was shown again, which still looks amazing.
That looks amazing, and I wish it was not just on Switch because I really want to play that.
We got a release date for Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Square Enix is definitely going multi-platform because that thing's out in June on Switch 2 and Xbox. Kyoto Xanadu was announced. I don't remember. Is this the 2D one that goes into 3D?
This is the Metroidvania game in the Xanadu series, which is just... I wasn't interested until they were showed the side-scrolling stuff.
But it's not in the Fact Xanadu universe.
No, that is.
Oh, is that... I was making a joke.
It's the same series. This is all the same series. This is all based off... This is... Again, so there's Dragon Slayer series, and then the Dragon Slayer series had, I think, Ys, and... No, Ys is not one of them. Sorry, hold on.
I was going to say, Ys is kind of big.
Yeah, but so this was... It's not very accurate, but yeah, so Dragon Slayer Xanadu was one of them, and Legend of Heroes was another.
I know,
and, Sorcerian. So yeah, so it was Dragon Slayer, then Xanadu, Dragon Slayer 2. And then Legacy of the Wizard, Sorcerian, and then Legend of Heroes. And these are all sort of spin-offs of the Dragon Slayer series, even though those games weren't really connected, so... It was just the same, director, producer guy. So you just put Dragon Slayer as the series.
Next up was Grand Blue Fantasy Relink Endless Ragnarok, which is out July 9th on everything but Xbox. The trend here.
Yeah.
Paranormasight, The Mermaid's Curse. I know you and Jay were real excited for that one.
Okay, so right now Paranormasight is on sale. I don't know when it ends. Hopefully not when you're listening to this podcast. Paranormasight is one of the best visual novels I've ever played because it does something. So a big problem with visual novels are literally the fact that they're just novels with pictures that you just hit A on. You have on the one end of the spectrum, you have the games of the visual novel series, which would be your Ace Attorney, essentially, where it's very game based, but it's a pretty traditional experience. You could probably read it as a story, but it wouldn't feel as satisfying to not figure it out yourself. And then you have your visual novels like what's it called? A Raging Loop, where really the player doesn't need to be there. It's just pressing A to see, the next part of the story. And then there's somewhere in the middle that completely comprehends that it's a video game and decides to tell a story that's very specific to the medium. And before I played Paranormasight, the only game that, and obviously I haven't played all the visual novels, but the only game where I can say this very clearly is a video game story that you couldn't tell another way is Nausea. Now, Nausea is being done as an anime right now, and they've done some interesting changes to make that story work and sort of expand upon it. But Nausea is a game that I recommend playing as well, that very much the core aspect is that you are experiencing the time loop. With Paranormasight, I can't go into detail on why it's interesting, but it fucks with you as a player extremely well. With just from little things to bigger things, I was very impressed, and the story was well done. I loved the artwork, the character design is great. So when I saw the narrator show up, I was shocked because I was like, wait, are they just publishing the original to like Switch 2 or something. No, it's a full sequel. So I'm extremely excited, and I'll be curious to know how this one changes the formula, because the first game is built around curses. Like in terms of like every character that you kind of experience through has a different sort of ability. So I'll be curious to know how they're doing this one, because that's the big conceit in the first game, is that you're going through different character point of views and then solving puzzles throughout their storylines until they converge. So yeah, very excited. It's like $5 or less on the eShop for the first game, and I highly recommend it. I don't think we actually have a review on the website, but maybe we do. I do know that Jay was also a big fan. He's the reason why I played it. So yeah, fantastic game.
All right, moving on. They showed off Turok Origins, which is getting a Switch 2 version. I'm very excited.
Sure
for
looks
that
like
game.
a game.
I'm excited for
that.
that game.
Awesome.
I'm
co-op.
First
I'm
and third
curious.
person, bring it, baby.
Yeah, come on, we gotta play it.
That's where I'm at with it.
You
Because
curious
a big
enough to
part
get
of
it?
my Turok enjoyment was the
Brother,
fact
I'll
that
play
these
it.
missions were
Fuck
big.
yeah.
Hell yeah, man! Let's
Love
kill
me
some
some
dinosaurs.
Love me some
Fuck yeah.
Turok. I'm gonna install Turok Evolution in a minute and experience greatness.
Ha! You gonna experience something?
Yeah, no, I've played that game many times. It's terrible,
Yeah.
but I love it unironically, even in its terribleness. Digimon Story Time Stranger. This was another game that got the Switch people like, hey, Switch is super powerful. They're running at 60 frames a second. Okay. Valheim, maybe 1.0? I don't know.
Yeah.
Monster Hunter Stories 3, which we talked about earlier. Captain Tsubasa 2 World Fighters. This is a soccer game, right?
Yeah, I don't know if this is coming to Xbox. I didn't look, but I might play this because I played that one soccer game, and I'm not even a soccer fan, but the anime aspect of it is kind of dope. Like you doing super powered kicks and stuff that you would see like in Dragon Ball Z, but instead you playing soccer. And I don't know. It's weirdly
Okay.
kind of cool. Yeah.
Super Bomberman Collection, which we talked about already. Hollow Knight got a Switch 2 edition. Why? Higher resolution, improved frame rate, and additional effects? Oh, okay.
Okay.
Apparently they also released this on Xbox and PlayStation. I'm like, oh, okay. I will not be revisiting that. The Adventures of Elliot, The Millennium Tales, got a release date June 18th. I cannot wait for that game.
Same. Looking forward to that.
New Arcade Archives 2 and Console Archives was announced. The Console Archives started with Ninja Gaiden 2 and Cool Borders. Arcade Archives 2 is going to do Rave Racer, which is huge. That is the sequel to Ridge Racer that's only ever been in the arcade.
See, I didn't realize that they were actually the same series.
No, Arcade Archives is different from Console Archives.
No. Rave Racer.
Oh yeah, Rave Racer was the sequel to Ridge Racer. It was only in arcades.
Yeah, I didn't realize that.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't have put that together, because I know that there's a Ridge Racer 2.
Yes, there is a Ridge Racer 2.
So I would have just assumed that was the sequel.
No, Rave Racer was actually the original sequel.
Oh, shit.
eFootball Kickoff?
Yeah, that's great.
Fuck that is. Then they had a montage which showed Disney Dreamlight Valley. Okay. PGA Tour 2K25, WWE 2K26, Shadow Tactics Blades of the Shogun, another Eden Begins, which looks cool. That looks like a Chrono Trigger kind of game. Goat Simulator 3 is coming to the Switch 2. Cold Set Begins, Scott Pilgrim EX, Star Trek Voyager, Tales of Arise, and Re-Animal. It was okay. It was an okay show.
It wasn't horrible.
Like, being able to see some of the other games getting the release date for Final Fantasy, seeing Turok, like, those things are all that I enjoyed out of that show. And then, obviously, Rave Racer is a big one for me.
Did Turok have a date?
It just says fall.
It did? Okay. Okay.
All right, rest of the news. AMD CEO Lisa Su says that the next Xbox will be launching in 2027 with a quote, progressing well to support a launch in 2027. This gets delayed.
Think so?
I just a new Xbox next year? No, I don't think so. According to Jason Schreier's interview with Josh Sawyer at Obsidian, Outer Worlds 2 and Avowed did not meet Xbox's sales expectations. Josh Sawyer said it's not good to release 3 games in the same year. It's the result of things going wrong. Brother, okay. I don't know, like Obsidian putting out 3 games this year, I was just impressed, especially with the quality of the 3 games.
Yeah. I need to go back to Avowed. I do actually want to finish that.
It's coming out on PlayStation in a couple weeks, I think.
Nice.
Outer Worlds 3 has been confirmed not being made, but they are going to make new games in the Avowed universe, which I think is hilarious because the Avowed is in the Pillars of Eternity universe.
Right.
So wouldn't it just be new games in the Pillars of Eternity?
Pillars of Eternity? Yeah.
Game Pass is getting a pretty solid February with Like a Dragon Pirate, Yakuza in Hawaii, Madden 26, Paw Patrol Rescue Wheels Championship, Relooted, Blaze Blue, Entropy Effect X, Roadside Research, Star Sand Island, High on Life 2, Kingdom Come Deliverance, and Avatar's Frontiers of Pandora.
Yep. Looking forward to Roadside Research and a couple of others, but y'all need to play Pirate Yakuza. It's on Game Pass now. No excuse. Well, okay, that's cool. But the other ones, I know you have, but the other ones that haven't, you should check it out because y'all are Yakuza fans. You'll like it. It is a good game.
Machine Games has opened a second studio. They also announced return to office policy for senior staff. They also say they want to finish the Wolfenstein trilogy. Quote, our intention has always been to go back to Wolfenstein. We wanted to finish the trilogy.
Sure, Anthony is excited. As is a bunch of other people.
No offense. I know I'm like one of the few people that does not like that Indiana Jones game, but like I just don't love that Indiana Jones game. I wanted, especially like I just kind of wish we'd had the Wolfenstein game by now. Like we have to remind the children that killing Nazis is a good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I really want to see what they do with that story because I have my own concept because like, let's be honest. What's the thing you want to happen in this third game if it's wrapping up a trilogy?
I mean, I haven't played those, so I don't know.
Ken, it's Wolfenstein. What do you need to do at the end?
I mean, it's Mecha Hitler. I understand that.
Right. But
I thought he was already dead at this point in those games.
No, that's the thing. In the second game, he's an old, feeble man who's losing his mind probably because he's got a sexually transmitted disease or something.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, Mecha Hitler is the pinnacle of Wolfenstein.
That's the reason why they have him on Mars directing movies instead.
Sometimes you forget how weird Wolfenstein 2 was. I mean, they cut off BJ's head.
Yeah. So free idea because it probably won't be the thing that happened. Are you familiar with the Boys from Brazil? The story Boys from Brazil?
No,
I'm not.
Okay, the silence says it all. So, Boys from Brazil is a book and then later turned movie where they try to clone and make Hitler. What's his name? Mengele goes to Brazil, and they try to set up the same life events even for these kids to become Hitler. Now, with Hitler being a feeble man, I feel like the bait and switch in Wolfenstein 3 should be that you kill Hitler fairly early on, and then they just walk out a clone of Hitler who is, in his prime, seeing as how they've been making fake Ubermensch soldiers anyways, because that's in 2 they address that. So, especially with the fact that in 2 they're taking over America, I feel like they would just make their own American Hitler, essentially. And I feel like that would be the way to end that series, of just totally decimating Hitler clones throughout the game.
Okay.
I like it. Huh.
Yeah, just because again, it's not going to feel the same if it's just some crazy old guy in a robot suit. It's like, I mean, yeah, it's fun, but you can kill Hitler in the second game. You die shortly after, but you can kill him. So, yeah, that's where I was hoping they would do something before now, so I'm just kind of glad they're wrapping it up, because I do love that series a lot. Even though New Colossus was almost way too difficult at times, I liked it more as a sequel than I did Doom Eternal to Doom 2016. So,
all right.
Yeah.
According to The Verge, Xbox's release schedule this year includes Halo campaign Evolved in the summer, Gears of War E-Day in the second half, Kiln in April, and Fallout 3 Remastered is in development. There's also a new Xbox controller launching this year, which I believe read is connected through Wi-Fi, so kind of like the Stadia controller. QuakeCon is set for August 6th through 9th. And in the last piece of Xbox news, Overwatch 2 is dead. Long live Overwatch. They removed the 2 from the name. Season 1 starts on February 10th, includes 5 new heroes, 10 new heroes in 2026. They're putting a native Switch 2 version later this year. New story arc, collaboration with Sanrio and Hello Kitty, new UI, and new hero sub-role passives.
I did not know that they were resetting the seasons, and it was season 1.
Yes, they're resetting the seasons to season 1. They're also doing a rank reset. Fuck my life.
Well, okay.
I think I've been through a total of 6 rank resets at this point, and fucking tired of it. Those placement matches are terrible for rank resets. Yeah. I don't know. I'm excited that there are 5 heroes, and I'm also terrified that there are 5 heroes coming out this week.
Why?
Bruh, the comp games are going to be unmanageable. Because there's 2 new DPS, 2 new support, and 1 tank. What do you think every match is going to be?
I mean,
those 5 characters that nobody knows how to play or counter.
Maybe I get. Well, that's a choice. Like okay. I guess I see what you're saying. Like I always pick characters I know. I don't pick the.
That's not how people play
characters.
Like you can't have common sense in an online multiplayer shooter. Come on, you know this. When they introduce new characters in Marvel Rivals, do they put them immediately into comp?
Yeah.
And do people play them immediately in comp?
Yeah.
There you go. Imagine all 5 characters. You can literally fill the gamut. You can have the 2 new supports, the 2 new DPS, and the new tank.
Yeah, but that's assuming that you're one of the 5 and you're going to play with common sense and not play a new character in a thing. So you're going to have 4 at most, unless you're telling me you're not going to have common sense and you're going to play a new character in comp. Whew! That took a lot of oxygen. All right,
let me say this to you though. What good does it do me to play a character that I know when the other 9 people are playing characters they don't know? I can't carry on support.
Fair enough. Okay.
Fuck it, we ball.
Yeah.
Oh, next week's gonna. I'm just saying it's gonna be chaos. Like that's just my opinion of it. Like I think if you're gonna do, my opinion would be is if you're gonna do a rank reset, like keep those characters out for the first 2 weeks. Let people get their rank settled in. Let them use those characters in quick play, and then once your rank is settled, then bring in the 5 characters.
Yeah.
But no, they're not going to do that. They're also changing all the I know people who don't play the game don't understand, but the sub-roll passives are fucking huge. Support is going to be a nightmare this season because every character now has health regeneration at the same level. So supports, if you don't know, had a higher health regeneration. because they're designed to keep the team alive. So they have more survivability. That is now being removed, so the healers are going to have to start using their cooldowns to stay alive on themselves. Which means less cooldowns for the tank, for the DPS. It's going to change that role entirely. So,
yeah, it is. I didn't realize that everybody had health regen. I forgot they did that.
Yes, but it takes longer for DPS and tanks to build it up, whereas supports, it kicks in after 3 seconds of not being attacked.
Gotcha.
But now supports are going to go down to 6 seconds of not being attacked. So, yeah, I think it's going to speed up the speed of fights. Like, fights will end faster, but your supports are now going to have to be using their cooldowns on themselves. So, time to kill is going to go down. Anyway, but we'll see how it pans out. I mean, this is the biggest change they've ever made to this game, period. Like, since its inception. This is the biggest amount of changes to the dynamics of the game since the game launched. So it will be very interesting to see how it plays out. I don't know, it's exciting because it's different. You know, it's been kind of stagnant for a while, so...
When you say the biggest change, like, you mean like because it's so many at one time? Because I would say arguably the fact that y'all were stripped of a character and you're playing 5 instead of 6 is bigger, but I got you. Okay, the amount of changes.
The amount of changes combined. Yes, taking away one character took some adjustment because tanks had to have more health, they had to have more survivability. This time, every role is affected, and you're throwing in 5 characters that nobody knows how to play or how to counter. I was messing around with the new DPS because they gave one character they let people play this week. I'm going to tell you right now, she is... Wow. Like,
which one is this?
This is Anran, the Wu Yang's sister.
Okay.
And the damage you can do with her is insane.
Time out. Hold on. Time out. Anthony, who is Wu Yang?
Fuck if I know.
Okay, because you said okay. Well, you described this as Wu Yang's sister, and then he said okay, like he understood.
No. It was more of okay. I know you're not talking about the character I was thinking of. Sorry.
Okay, because I was serious. Because I was like, I don't even know who the fuck Wu Yang is.
No. It literally is. So I saw some of the new characters, and I don't remember all of them. Obviously, I don't remember the fucking names of them because that would.
I just know she uses fire. Like it's the fire.
That's because her brother uses water. It's Avatar shit. It's exactly what it is.
Yeah, she's the fire chick.
Yeah.
You know?
But let's not forget that this game is going to be completely changed just because now there's a fucking cat with a jetpack that can pick up anything on the map.
It's neat.
Dude, you can pick up a Diva Bomb and drop it into the backline.
That's a Diva Bomb.
What? Oh my god!
Yeah.
Oh my god!
you can pick Cassidy up and have him do a high noon from the top of the map.
Oh, Lifeweaver's done. There's all competition that Lifeweaver could offer, basically.
Dude, this cat can pick up anything. He can pick up Mauga's cage and drop it on enemies.
Those are words, but all right, that's cool. Yeah, I guess I'm just finding it funny because you seem to be, I don't know, like kind of complaining, like it's gonna be a lot of stuff. I have to do this. But in the same breath, you're like, this game has been stagnant for so long.
Oh, no, I'm excited.
Everything that's described, it sounds like it's a damn near new game.
Yeah,
like,
I'm excited to get into it.
Everything.
But I'm concerned because I've been playing it for 10 years, and they're basically like throwing me a curveball right now. And I'm like, I don't know how this is going to go down. But it is also just called Overwatch.
I saw a trailer with Domina.
Oh god, that character is going to be the new Kiriko.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I honestly though, I was just like I watched her abilities and I was like, oh, okay, so it's like kind of this character. Like it was oh fuck, I can't remember what her gun reminded me of. Is it Cassidy's that's high powered?
Yeah, it's like a pistol. Yeah.
So she's got like Cassidy mixed with a bit of Sigma.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and
like
she can
shield and stuff.
She could put shields on the enemies, and then they explode.
Yeah, I was like, oh fuck, okay, all right.
Like I'm not, the 5 characters they showed are all interesting, except for that one like dude bro Overwatch guy. Like he is the most.
Are you talking the Soldier 76?
Yeah, basically the same dude.
Anime 76, Emra, yeah.
Yeah, like he's the most uninteresting character of the 5. The other 4 are super fucking interesting.
His primary fire is a hit scan 3-round burst rifle.
Yeah.
With little recoil.
So basically a Halo battle rifle.
Aiming down sights doesn't slow him down. He pulls out a semi-auto pistol that deals life-stealing explosive damage. And he runs faster and jumps higher when the pistol is out. His other ability throws a grenade that will bounce once before detonating.
And you can bounce it off walls. Yeah.
Yeah. His passive ability makes his health regeneration kick in sooner. When a 30 health burst when it starts. His ultimate gives him the ability to fly. And then he pulls out a massive cannon to bombard enemies below him, firing light rounds constantly and pumping out larger blasts on a short cooldown.
And you can charge it up for a big shot.
Wow, he sounds like a pain in the ass. Thanks.
Yeah, he's going to be a pain in the ass.
Are you reinstalling this game?
Me?
You know he ain't asking me.
I mean, obviously, you're the only...
Listen. I apologize. That was a stupid question. I'll eat that one, okay? Like... No, and the reason why is I'd be playing on PC if I'm installing it. I don't need that. No one needs that.
See, this motherfucker in the chat knew that he wanted to scare me.
Lips, manless.
I'm sorry, man. I like the design. I like Lips. It's a great character design.
But no, I was just wondering because you seem that you researched it way more than I. Like,
I was reading. I was reading right then and there.
Oh, I got you.
I'm not going to say anything because I feel like a drug dealer on the streets. Like, come back.
No,
come back.
The problem is I don't want to play with PC players because then I have to play with a mouse and keyboard.
I mean, it's free. You can play it anywhere.
Correct. But then let's be honest, I'm not turning on my Xbox One to play Overwatch.
Oh.
Okay. Do you have do you have an offense to the Xbox One or something? Did it steal your girl?
No, again, repeat that to yourself. It's an Xbox One. It's not.
Well, play it on Switch too.
Oh wow!
Don't they have?
It's coming this summer.
Oh, okay.
But still,
that should be comparable to this.
That is true. It will be probably better than an Xbox One.
Than Xbox One. Yeah.
It really won't be. They both will run at 60 frames a second, which is all Overwatch needs.
Xbox One?
Yeah.
The original Xbox One.
The only system that game doesn't run 60 frames a second on is Switch. Brother, that game is 10 years old. It's the most optimized game on the planet.
Okay, alright. Fuck you.
He about to install. He about to.
You fucking.
I got him.
No, but seriously though, I do remember there being some issue with. I don't know if it was it.
I played when I first started playing this game. It was on an Xbox One.
I understand that, but the Xbox Series X and S didn't exist then. Thank you, Ken.
Yeah, but y'all tell me you can't feel 120 frames a second, so I don't know what you need it for.
This fucking
guy.
To
be fair, it's not y'all.
Wow, wow, you're really talking me out of playing Overwatch because I might run into you there.
Right.
I'm just doing you a favor.
He was just about there.
I'm doing you a favor. Teammate. You don't want to play it. I'm just telling you don't want to play it.
Fuck.
Hey, I'm not out here trying to get people to play the game.
I do like the concepts that they're adding, but honestly, it's still gonna be way too. I'm gonna end up in support. It's going to be a fucking nightmare. I'm going to have someone message me on the fucking Xbox again, and then I'll just be like, yeah, I don't want to do this. So,
Anthony, you know you can turn all that off, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I welcome that because I like when
you can't complain about something that you can turn off if you're not willing to turn it off. Like,
yeah, I just was like, yeah, that was kind of when I was like, I think I'm just done with this game.
And that's fine. I'm glad everybody got out, but I'm still here, and I'll be here till the wheels fall off, as Terrence likes to say. After 10 years, there's no reason to quit now. Anyway, we're moving on. Sony has patented AI-generated podcasts that will be voiced by its iconic characters. That sounds awesome.
I don't know, since Ryan's not here, and you talked about like a not a podcast, like a website that's just AI talking to itself.
Yeah, there was a social media.
Yeah. Some of that's bullshit, by the way, but regardless, like some of that, I know the website. There's just, anyways. All I'm going to say is, if you want, like, I don't need an AI going schizophrenic when you can go downtown anywhere, USA, Canada, and just give a guy $5 to hear what thoughts he has on his mind. It's far, far more efficient energy-wise. Because all he needs to do is a little bit of crack or meth or something.
I mean, that's all.
And it's just like free range, grain fed crazy. I don't need to pump water into him like, and cause a drought, I'm just saying, like, if you want that, like, go straight to the people. AI is not going to be able to generate some of the crazy shit that these people say. So
Neo 3 is PS5 console exclusive for 6 months.
Boo.
Dude, Neo 1 and 2 aren't on Xbox. Why do people think it's coming to Xbox?
Well,
right, I didn't think
it's console exclusive. Sorry, I thought it was exclusive in general. I was like, oh.
I wouldn't be shocked at a Switch version, but this game ain't.
I know, like, even the first one's not.
None of them are. 1 and 2 are only on PlayStation and PC.
Yeah. You know what? I just never even realized that. Yeah.
Sony says Ghosts of Yotei sales are outperforming Ghosts of Tsushima sales.
Well, is it not on PC day one?
No, it is not.
No. Oh.
Sony hasn't done a day one PC outside of their multiplayer games. They've not done a single player game.
Now, well, then I'll pick that one up when it comes to PC.
PlayStation 5 shipments have now surpassed 92.2 million units.
That's a lot of units.
It is. Xbox is dead.
That's what I heard.
Switch 2 has already sold 17.37 million units. It'll pass Xbox next year. The original Switch just hit 155.37 mil. Closing in on that PS2. Oh shit, they found 5 more million.
I was just about to say, yeah.
Mario Kart World has sold 14.03. I want to know the 3 million people that didn't buy Mario Kart World for their Switch 2. What did you buy? I guess it's Donkey Kong because it sold 4.25 million.
Yep.
And Pokemon has sold 3.89, and Kirby Air Rider sold 1.76 million. You fucking people. Yoshi and Balloon Kid are now available on the Game Boy, Nintendo Switch Online.
As someone wrote on Blue Sky, Stop Skeletons from Fighting, it was, let me give you the exact, he goes, yo, Balloon Kid is a banger. And I wrote, Yoshi is available. I don't like that. Yoshi's Cookie makes Yoshi look even worse. And Yoshi's Cookie is not a fantastic puzzle game by any means.
EA is shutting down the Switch 1 version of Apex Legends on August 4th. Nintendo CEO Shintaro Furukawa says the company has no plans to increase the price of Nintendo Switch 2 due to the increasing cost of memory, at least for now. He also declined to comment on potential plans for the Zelda 40th anniversary, which is this year. Metroid Prime 4 sold over 1 million copies. And there's a new Pokemon 30th anniversary video debuting during the Super Bowl. According to rumors, Kingdom Hearts is getting a remake called Kingdom Hearts Relux that launches this year, but it could be pushed to 2027. And Kingdom Hearts 4...
you'll need to play it because it'll also contain a new part of the story that is important to understand what's going to happen in 4. But it also ties back to 17 mobile games that only exist in Japan. So please understand that this game still doesn't fucking make any sense.
So according to this, Relux was developed by Toes. New Jungle Book World, playable Riku segments, graphical updates, and OG aesthetics. Kingdom Hearts 4 is planned for a winter 2027 release.
I told y'all that there was going to be new shit in it. God damn it.
Yeah, the Jungle Book's in there. Did I get that open? No, I didn't. Why didn't it open? There it goes. Okay. Suda51 said there was no AI used in Romeo is a Dead Man. The voting for the Mega Man Dual Override Robot Master Design Contest is open. According to rumors, Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 3 has no PlayStation exclusive deal and launches multi-platform day 1. That's good. GTA 6 has confirmed November 19th release date with marketing beginning this summer. They also denied rumors that the game physical version will launch later due to spoilers. Bloober Team has come out and confirmed they are not remaking Rule of Rose, so y'all can calm the fuck down.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I've watched multiple videos on Rule of Rose, and I get it. It's not a terrible game by the looks of it, but it's literally this game is amazing because 17 people bought it at the time, and again, trust me, you can do far worse for horror games on PS2. But from my understanding, Sony was supposed to publish it and then pulled out, and then it was a last minute. Ken, help me out here. Who is the publisher again? Atlas?
Yeah, it's Atlas.
Okay. Yeah, it was a last minute Atlas one, and it came out the same around the launch of the PS3.
Dude, I have a copy of Rule of Rose, and
you have $500 minimum sitting right there.
I have more than that because it's a silverback. It's a press copy.
Yeah.
And I don't care.
It is a...
It's not a great game. It's fine.
It's not terrible from the looks of it, but it's just I don't... I hate to say it, because I don't like when games cost more, but I get why Silent Hill is expensive as hell. I get why Haunting Ground is expensive as hell. Rule of Rose feels like a manufactured one from you didn't play it, so therefore it's expensive. But there's a couple of those games. I think Kuon
is From Software.
It's From Software, yeah. And it's I watched someone play it and they're yeah, it's okay. it's not the cost of this game, okay.
I'm sorry, but 99% of games that are quote unquote valuable and expensive
aren't
not great games.
There's an Atlas game on the DS that's really good called Darkspire. I think that's the most money I've ever spent for a video game, and that was $120. But it's D&D.
I'm not paying $120 for a video game. I'm just not doing it. I don't care what game it is.
Well, I mean, that's the reality of games nowadays.
No, I can play them without spending all that money on. And the thing that's crazy is people buy them and they don't play them.
Yeah, that's true too.
I don't buy games to look at them. I buy games to play them.
No. But yeah, I have the Godzilla game for fucking PS4 is $250.
Dude, that game is fucking trash.
It's not good. I won't sell my copy because I'm too much of a Godzilla fan, but
that game is straight up trash.
It wasn't worth the $70 I paid for it new.
I have a digital copy of it, and I played like 2 hours of it. I'm like, this might be one of the worst Godzilla games I've ever played.
It feels somehow worse than like every D3 publisher game you've ever played, and you know those games have a budget in like the double digits.
Dude, when I bought my Dreamcast,
$10 in a sandwich make me a fucking Earth Defense Force game.
when I bought my Dreamcast, I bought 2 games from when I bought it from Japan. I bought 2 games. I bought Sonic Adventure and Godzilla Generations. Godzilla Generations is a terrible game.
A much better game than Godzilla on the PS4.
But it's much better than Godzilla on the PS4.
Yeah.
Oh god, those games are terrible. All right, the Steam Machine, Steam Controller, and Steam Frame have all been delayed to the first half of 2026 because of memory shortages. Also, this thing's going to be so much more expensive than you thought it was going to be.
Yep.
What else is going on? According to HBO boss, he hints that The Last of Us Season 3 could be its last season, which ties into the next story, which is there's a Baldur's Gate TV series in the works from The Last of Us co-creator Craig Mazin and Hasbro Entertainment.
Yeah. Okay. So in concept, when I read about this, I was like, oh, that sounds super cool. But then you dig a little deeper and you realize that, one, yes, that's the dude that's the showrunner. 2, they plan it to be a continuation of Baldur's Gate 3, meaning all the characters that are in Baldur's Gate 3 are going to be in the show and continue on. Problem with that is everybody's choices is different in that game. So how are we deciding what's canon or what's, you know what I mean? Like what's moving on? Cause like at least 2 of my characters got killed off. So I don't,
they're just going to pick certain things, but also this being HBO, it's going to be a lot of bear fucking in this show.
It's going to be a lot of fucking. Yeah. It's going to be a lot of that for sure.
Sure. That's what people will talk about. I promise you those will be the GIFs online.
Yeah. Yep. You're right.
What else we got here? High Guard, as you mentioned, 5v5 is a permanent mode. Tekken 8 Season 3, late spring for Kunimitsu, summer for Bob, and autumn for Roger Jr. Outpath is coming to Xbox, PlayStation, and Switch. It's already out on PC. Thomas and Friends Wonders of Sodor launching this year for everything. And to answer your question, it looks like Captain Tsubasa is coming to Xbox.
So neat. Okay.
Small victories.
Yep. Take one we can get them.
Orbitals launches summer 2026. This looks like all the Nintendo stuff. Release dates. Yeah, that's all that is. That's it for that. See if there's any. Apparently, we didn't talk about this. And I was going to bring it up during the Jeff Keighley thing because Jeff Keighley just pisses me off. So Jeff tweeted one tweet about the Nintendo Direct, and it was the Final Fantasy release date. He then proceeded, after the Nintendo Direct was over, when they announced Horizon, what's it called? The multiplayer game?
Oh, I don't even know, man. Horizon Hunting Ground?
Something.
That's not what it's called.
He made 4 tweets about that game.
Oh, yep. He ain't never beaten allegations.
That game looks like shit.
Again, you know me. I like that type of stuff. The co-op, we questing together. It's very Monster Hunter-esque. And I think the world of Horizon lends itself to that type of game. That being said, what is presented does not look great. No. I would play something in the vein of, but I don't think this is it. No.
I just don't understand who wants this.
So I remember seeing on Blue Sky, and I don't generally really do anything on there, but I remember seeing people talk about this game before it got officially announced, and the big argument between the two people were, why would you do this with a franchise that is known for its single player experience, right? That is praised for its single player experience. And the other person's argument was, well, it's not for you. I want this. I'm like, do you really want this? Because that's not what interested you in the fucking franchise in the first place. And this isn't gonna play like Horizon. This isn't just multiplayer Horizon. It's going to be fundamentally different, because that's the other problem, is like people don't realize, like, you know, maybe people just want more of the same. Like, this doesn't look really like Horizon, in my opinion.
No, it's like cel-shaded, like cartoony style.
That's not what Horizon... I don't think of Horizon and go, yeah, I want something that kind of looks like Pixar's take on this.
Well, according to Jason Schreier, almost all of Guerrilla is working on this game, which means Horizon 3 is ways off.
Yeah, and that's the other thing, too. It's like, this isn't a conversation of, hey, you know, it's like just a side thing that some people are doing. No. This is resources that you're going to pour into something that, if it is not a success, it could end a studio. Because we know that all these Sony studios spend a lot of money on their fucking games. And we saw what happened with Concord. Right? And I just don't get it, why we keep coming back to... Like, Sony, for all my criticisms of their stuff, like... Let's be honest, outside of Nintendo, who else does single-player experiences? Right? It's Sony. That's what you know that company for. So I don't comprehend why they think this is a good idea, because it's not what this franchise is known for at all. And it's like, I get it, you want to hunt monsters with your friends. There's a game that's about that you could just collaborate with, for fuck's sakes. Like, why not go to Capcom and have them basically do a Monster Hunter with the fucking Horizon franchise at that point? Because it's not going to play like Horizon. We already know that. So what the fuck's the point? It doesn't look like Horizon, so you might as well just have them do it. It's going to look closer to the fucking original game. And you know that they have a formula that works. They also have done crossovers with Horizon in fucking Monster Hunter. I don't know. Again, this is one of those, like, I foresee layoffs. I really hope I'm wrong, but, like, I just don't get it. We keep going back to this well, and, like, how often does it pay off? Like, can you name a single-player franchise that's, like, turned into a multiplayer franchise that's outlasted the original?
Apex Legends.
But no, Apex Legends came from Titanfall, and Titanfall was a multiplayer game originally. Only 2 has a full single-player campaign. Right? Because the campaign in the first game was literally just, like, play some multiplayer matches.
Yeah, but that was the point of it. Like, it was the experiment of, we can give a single-player story and have it fully multiplayer. Like, that was...
Right, but that's what I'm saying, though. It didn't come...
Yeah, I got you.
From a that game was a weird... Like, again... Titanfall 2 is the only one that has a campaign. It's the outlier because it's almost the inverse.
Call of Duty?
But yeah, Call of Duty. That's probably it. That's probably the only one that's been more successful as a multiplayer game.
Halo.
Although, a lot of people didn't like that last one.
No, that last one was pretty bad.
And that focused on multiplayer specifically. To a detriment. But I don't think that was the problem with that game. But, like, I just can't think of, like, a Ratchet and Clank tried to do multiplayer.
Warcraft.
I mean, I suppose, yeah, very different time frame, but yeah, I suppose that definitely counts. But it's just like, you know, Elder Scrolls Online isn't the biggest Elder Scrolls game by a long shot.
Elder Scrolls Online is really big, though.
It is really big, but it's not Skyrim levels of sales, right?
Final Fantasy 14 might be.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. But again, it's like, these are outliers. Like, think of all the other series that have done multiplayer shit.
BioShock 2?
Look how good that BioShock series is going.
Yeah, everybody forgets BioShock 2 had a multiplayer mode, which was not bad. I enjoyed it.
No, and I'm not saying... my thing is, like, I'm not even... This Horizon game might be fantastic, but is it fantastic enough you know what I mean? Like, I just don't see how this is a good use of resources. Because if it doesn't make its money back, the only people that are going to get punished are not the people that made the call in the first place. It's going to be all the people making the game.
All right, let's wrap this up. We got 3 emails we got to get through.
Okay.
I'm not going to get to the social media posts, but I am going to do the emails real quick. This comes from Sajad. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name. He says, "Greetings, gang. I like Ken work from home and have been for the past 5 years. Over those years, I've bought way more games than I can count. I have maybe 200 games in my Steam backlog, another 100 or so for my Xbox. I also have a pretty nifty emulation machine dedicated to all of the consoles I had growing up, and have many games I still have to beat on PlayStation 2, PlayStation 1, Dreamcast, etc. I had a plan of beating at least 5 to 10 games a month that I was super hyped about when I was a kid, but for some reason when I'm playing them now, I just can't get into them for the life of me. I tried Jade Empire on my Xbox Series X with its graphics boosted. Looked amazing, but after trying the first chapter a few times, it just wasn't for me, and I uninstalled. I also gave Diablo 2 Remastered a try. That just wasn't fun for me to go back after having beat Diablo 3 and 4. Don't even get me started on some of the RPGs on PlayStation 1. While amazing back in the day, they're a nightmare to play through now, even with fantastic graphics boost emulators provide. My heart sank the other day when one of my favorite games of all time, Metal Gear Solid 2, was tried out by a friend for the first time, and he actually ended up completing it, but thought the game's story was a complete joke, which 13-year-old me at the time thought was the greatest thing ever. Makes me wonder if kids nowadays try a game like Tony Hawk's Pro Skater on PS1 and find it lame. My question for you guys is there anything you were hyped about when you were younger and probably couldn't afford at the time or didn't have time for, and are now able to buy either because of a re-release or just because you have more time on your hands, and found out that it wasn't what you expected, and then you ended up not going through a full playthrough. I know Terrence tried to get into Metroid Prime Remastered recently. I wonder if he ended up finishing it. I still think it's one of the greatest games ever, but just curious if it was able to grab newcomers' attention like it did back in the GameCube era when it first came out. I also kind of feel bad for Anthony because by the time the PS6 comes out, he can finally afford to buy a PS5. He might just find all the amazing games that were on there, not much, weren't as good as people playing it today might feel. It's also one of the reasons why I try to buy and finish games the year they come out. I feel like all the games that I sat on and have to go back 2 years later despite having good review scores and being amazing in their own right, I just can't get into either because of time or outdated mechanics, although I know it's not feasible for everyone.
Yeah, I feel that going back to stuff and it's like the mechanics are outdated and it's like, you know what? Because I'm very big on that. I've said many times, like the stuff that has like the old PlayStation graphics and emulates all that type of stuff. I have a hard time getting into that because I lived through it. You know what I mean? I played that stuff when we had to and had no choice. And now I know I have a choice, so I don't necessarily want to go back and do all of that. But to his question, yes, I did finish Metroid Prime Remastered. And yes, it is a fantastic game. I did enjoy that quite a bit.
Some games age much better than other games. And the PS1 is probably one of the most guilty consoles of all time of when you go back to it, it's hard. Like, some of those games play like shit.
Yeah, see, I can't think of a PS1 game that I've gone back to that I've played. Because like I've played, Final Fantasy VIII, but I've played like the remastered version, so I don't think that really counts. Like a straight up Well, I played a Gundam game on PlayStation. That was rough. That was a while ago.
I think one of the games that I can still get into is Jumping Flash. Like that one still plays okay. The racing games are fine. Like those are perfectly fine. But any like third person or first person action game on the PS1, oof.
That's the reason why Spyro the Dragon is so. I know that some people preferred like Crash in the 2 mascot battles, but like Spyro the Dragon's insane because they did that on a PS1 and it doesn't feel like a PS1 game when you control it at all. It feels more accurate to what you would expect on the PS2 era. Because obviously, like, even though N64 was the 3D platformer platform. It didn't have 2 analog sticks. So yeah, playing Spyro is nuts. Like that game should not hold up as well as it does. Because if you go and play the Reignited trilogy, those games are pretty accurate to the originals still. There's obviously some minor changes, but that series holds up extremely well.
Yeah. And like I said, it's a game thing. Like some games just don't age well.
As for going back to old games, I don't know. I think part of the issue is that, and there's a bit of an argument I've heard people say that like there's no such thing as like aging poorly, except that like movies don't age poorly because they very clearly the medium has not changed enough. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, we have new ways to do certain things, but like outside of very early cinema. Once we hit the stride, I want to say probably in the 60s, where everything's in color and all that stuff, it pretty much stays consistent. Music, what's popular changes, but that doesn't mean, and again, like recording quality and stuff like that. But at a certain point, like if you listen to a Beatles record that's been remastered, and I say remastered specifically because like old vinyl has pops and stuff in it, you don't hear that aspect. You go back and play an old video game, and because industry is very experimental in a lot of ways, and video games have different goals and ideas in them. Stuff does age poorly. Like you said, a lot of first-person shooters, first-person movement wasn't really figured out. Like the guys that kind of figured out dual stick movement
was Halo
in the way that
was Halo.
No, it's a PS1 game. It's Argonaut. Argonaut's the one that figures out, okay, this is how dual stick movement should work. And then because I wouldn't even say modern, because Halo doesn't have iron sights. Like that's
iron sights is more of a feature than a function.
But it isn't, because it does take up a button, right? That's what I'm saying. Like a lot of this stuff is, you're right. Halo is the step on like here's it like perfected until we add something else. But Argonaut figures it out with Alien Resurrection on PS1. We have 2 analog sticks. This is how stuff should go. And Rare had tried to do stuff like that with GoldenEye and Perfect Dark on the N64 with 2 controllers, and it's obviously not there because you have to have 2 controllers. But yeah, you don't see it really until the Halo and like late PS2 era, where we start to have what we have, the modern sort of conventions figured out. And so yeah, going back sometimes is difficult. But as long as you kind of enter it with that, like, that this is going to be rough, and you are willing to meet the game on its sort of level, a lot of those games go a lot smoother that way. You mentioned Jumping Flash. Well, Jumping Flash is kind of unique in how it works anyways. But if you went in expecting it to play like a first-person game, it's not going to. It just doesn't work that way. But if you go in expecting it to be different, it goes down a lot smoother. And I like Jumping Flash as well.
And it depends on how the developers implemented it. And that team did a great job. They also did a couple games on the TurboGrafx, and then the big one, I think, was Ghost in the Shell on the PS1.
Standalone complex.
No, that's PS2.
That's PS2? Oh,
yeah.
My bad.
The one on PlayStation 1 is just called Ghost in the Shell. It's the tank game. Standalone complex was a third person.
Right. Wasn't that ported to PSP?
Oh, I don't think so.
Okay, there is a PSP Ghost in the Shell game, and I thought it was a port of that one. Maybe it's a port of excuse me, the PS2 game.
Yeah, the PS2 game is a third-person
shooter.
But yeah,
I can't think of anything that I'm like, I went back and played and went, oh, this is disappointing. I mean, I probably mentioned stuff on the show before,
I need you to go back and play Siphon Filter.
Ruin my life.
I used to like that game. I feel like if I go back and replay it, I won't like it.
Dude, the control in Siphon Filter is some of the worst third-person control ever
Yeah,
made.
I think I'm more disappointed with modern stuff, to be honest.
I don't know. Like, you need to play Siphon Filter in the year of our Lord 2026 and come back and talk to me. Because
Yeah,
that game.
I got nothing for disappointments.
Yeah. That's yeah. All right, moving on to the next email. This comes from Danny. He says, "Hey guys, the email is, by the way, it's entitled, No Matter How Mad You Are, Y'all Ain't Mad Enough." He says, "Hey guys, it isn't news that the ongoing boom in the AI market is forcing the prices of hardware through the roof, but it is so much worse than it appears on the surface. Each data center requires the equivalent of around 90,000 16-gigabyte RAM sticks worth of silicone wafers. The kicker on this is that the manufacturers are in the process of retooling their production lines because the design of the AI chipsets are completely different to the consumer-grade products. So if, God willing, the ass falls out of the AI market, it isn't a case of flicking the switch back over. They literally can't do it because they've scrapped their old production lines. Not only that, these data centers will need chipsets replaced every 5 years, give or take, so there's another 90K of RAM sticks sunk into each data center on a dismayingly regular basis. The upshot is we likely won't see a dramatic reduction in RAM or GPU prices within the next 5 years. Of course, if they decide they like the margins in this new era and now it becomes the new normal. The only light at the end of the tunnel appears to be a Chinese company, CXMT, that are rapidly catching up in the sector and may soon be the only choice if you're chasing an affordable PC rig in your lifetime." Well, that's dark.
I'm going to say this now. I have not been coming on the podcast because I'm mostly angry all the time at just the state of just point at everything and just assume I'm angry. This is one of them, especially as someone that does, drawing and art on the side and stuff like that. And it's disappointing to see friends like, I'm generating a photo of myself. And a lot of people have said, hey, it's, you're not going to be able to tell what's real and what's not and stuff like that. And that is a concern. And I had this argument with a friend that the whole reason why AI tools were put into public anyways was so they could discredit what your eyes see. That's not me quoting Metal Gear Solid 2, but boy, a lot of that stuff from that final message from the kernel AI is absolutely correct.
Yeah.
And I mean, Kojima was not the first person to think of that, but he does put it into a very accessible package that, information control is the most important thing, which, not to bring the obscene files out, but that's the reason why so many names are mentioned. It obfuscates the reality. So yeah, I'm pissed with AI for that reason. But I'm more pissed at the fact that it also, uses a ton of water, because that becomes non-potable. That has to be filtered and processed, and they can't just use salt water, which we have way more of than we need on this planet. You'd have to desalinate it first, which is something that we're not putting enough effort into doing, because then everybody could have fresh water if you're desalinating water. But the problem is that takes effort. No one wants to put the money into it. So you can't desalinate water. They do it in certain countries in the Middle East because they have to. And it's not a terrible concept. It's one of those things where it's yeah, this makes a lot of sense. California, constantly on fire California, could have more water. The problem is not putting the effort into desalinating ocean water. And desalination means removing the salt, for anyone unfamiliar with that term. Because that would then at least give you fresh water that you could give to your shitty AI to produce an image of a coffee mug or whatever the fuck you're doing. I'm a gardener. See, this is a cartoon of me. Okay, all right, cool. Total waste of energy and time and resources. And so I have not been thinking about the cost of PC stuff, although yeah, that is another problem. I've been thinking about the fucking fact that they have to mine more minerals, and God knows where they're getting that from. I'm sure the people that are doing the mining aren't unionized, because they're probably doing it in some other country where they can do it cheaper. It's the same with the cobalt mines for batteries and the like. And it's a lot of bummer concepts, and I don't want to keep bringing that up, but since it's been brought up, yeah, the Chinese company doing that, good. Chinese companies have been basically moving into this market because the U.S. stopped trying to, as someone put it, and I don't like this term, being the smart part of the job instead of the laborious part of the job. Why wouldn't China do it? Like, everybody's always worried about China, and I'm not like a huge fan of China by any means. They have some human rights issues. Don't we all, I guess, but that I don't like as well. Specifically with Uyghur Muslims. But they're just a capitalist country. Why wouldn't they want your money? There's plenty of decent quality stuff that's made in China, like your phone. So it's stuff like that where it's like I don't have an issue with that. But yeah, all these other companies are chasing a dragon that I kind of hope crashes and takes their business with them, because it shows where their priorities lie, and their priorities lie with some company that's bullshitted their way into requiring all these resources and grants and being able to steal your content for free. Otherwise, they do not have a business model. If I fucking stole their AI, I'm sure that wouldn't be the way they would think about stuff. So yeah, the whole AI thing can go fuck itself. And again, like I jokingly said earlier, I don't need an AI to talk to itself. What a fucking waste of time and energy and resources. Like, this is what we're doing with our time. I know, Ryan said, like, what's the net positive? There isn't any. Some fucking asshole with an ego thinks he can play God, and this is it. But his fucking creation just shits itself. Like, what a shitty God you have become. You've made things that just shit themselves. Fantastic. You could have had a baby if you decide to not be a fucking loser, Anyways, that's my thoughts on this whole process.
All right. I'm going to end this email on a happy note. He says, my top games last year, Megacopter, Blades of the Goddess, a throwback to the Strike series with a batshit insane story.
What was that called?
Megacopter, Blades of the Goddess.
Blades of the Goddess. Okay. I've never... Holy shit! Boy, is it ever a Strike series game.
Yeah, they need to bring those back.
I'm going to be honest, Ken. This is literally just one of the Strike games.
I'm pretty sure it's only on PC, so unfortunately.
Oh, damn.
Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, truly solid one of those. Doom the Dark Ages, simultaneously one of the best games, while also being a disappointment. They never really got what made 2016 the GOAT.
I want to go back to that, because I know you guys didn't appreciate the story and shit and everything. I actually was kind of digging the little story that they had going on for Doom.
I kept trying to go back to that game, and every time I played it, I was so bored.
Okay, so I can... As for the 2016 thing, the reason why 2016 is fantastic is, one, that gets a little bit of that Metroid Prime DNA. The secrets are fun to find and all that stuff. The second is the fact that the difficulty of that game is about how the enemies swarm you. It's about the actual enemy AI. It's not like health pools and stuff like that. The enemies take the same amount of hits, but the enemies won't attack you all at the same time if you're on a lower difficulty. They will swarm you at higher difficulties. And so what it's doing is just making a fun shooter. There isn't a lot of bells and whistles in Doom 2016. That's the nice part of that game. It's like, okay, this is literally just a shooter. There isn't anything special about it. The problem with, in my opinion, Eternal, and I haven't played Dark Ages, was that I didn't need more of mechanics added to it. That was not what that game was lacking. That game was just lacking more content. And so, when you make a sequel and you fundamentally change it, I'm like, yeah, but the shooting was already fun. You've just obfuscated the fun part of your game, which was ripping and tearing and having a fun time, which is what the original Doom games were. Shoot things, watch them die. That's my favorite part of the original Doom. I get to shoot things and then they die. And they die horribly and they leave their corpse on the ground. So, yeah, anyways. Sorry, continue.
The next one is South of Midnight. Just shut off the combat and drink in the atmosphere. Yep, that's what's...
Hell yeah. This is the way.
should I play that game?
Yes, it's a great game.
Yes.
Just don't bother with the combat.
Yeah, do the boss fights. Just don't worry about the little arena stuff.
Okay.
The
All
boss
right.
fights
I
are fun.
will. I'm putting that on. Hold on. Putting that on my wish
That game
list
is
on
worth
Steam.
playing just for the soundtrack.
Really good. Just
I might
for
play
the
that.
You are a big music guy, so you will love that, I think.
You know what? I might. Not that I want to give them money, but I might just when High on Life 2 comes out, I might just get some Game Pass.
Get Game Pass.
Yeah.
Yep.
And finally, Grapple Dogs Cosmic Canines. Grappling is a blast.
Yay, Grapple Dogs!
And I love the sprite work.
I love games that look like a Game Boy Advance game. That was a good time.
I do have another email, but I'm going to hold it till next week because we've already run deep. And I got to get this party started because it's fucking Super Bowl.
Super Bowl!
What's the email's title?
Delay this mother effer.
Oh.
So I'm assuming it's about GTA. So
yeah, probably.
we got plenty of time to talk about GTA. Oh, anyway, that's it from us here. Like I said, as you listen to this, Super Bowl will be over. The winner will be crowned. Congratulations to the Seattle Seahawks. I don't know who's going to win. Obviously, I want the Seahawks to win, but we'll see. I'm excited. Going to watch it. Definitely not going to watch Kid Rock at halftime. That's not my jam.
Yeah, no.
Clanchella.
No. And I don't know who half those people are at that. Like,
I don't think
like,
they know who
Kid
they
Rock.
are. One of them had to put a statement out saying, "This is who I am." Like, okay.
Hey, that's funny.
Epstein Island is simply known as Kid Rock. I'm stealing that from that meme that I said.
Anyway, we're gonna get out of here.
Don't write a song about liking girls, asshole.
Anyway.
Also, he's a rich kid. He's a rich kid. He's a liar. He's not actually a dirtbag white trash guy. He's actually a rich kid.
Nice.
Fuck Kid Rock.
All right. Well, we'll be back next week. I hope. So unless anybody has anything else, we'll get out of here. Peace, bitches.
Alrighty. And it goes something like this.